Hi everyone, today let's try to solve this problem subsets 2. So here we're given an integer array nums and we have to return all the possible subsets. Okay, returned in any order, and the solution set should not contain any duplicate subsets. Okay, so let's look at this. Suppose we have, let's take the example they gave. Suppose we have the array 1, 2, 2. Okay, what are all the possible subsets for this? It's either an empty set, then 1, then 2, and we already have 2, so we can't take it. Then we have 1, 2, we have 2, 2, and then we have 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So how will we do this? Okay, so one thing is, suppose we start with an empty set. Our next step is either we can consider 1 or we should not consider 1. If we don't consider 1, it'll still be empty. If we consider 1, we'll have 1. Okay, and then let's return these as well, and then let's move to the next step. Now here you can either consider 2 or not consider 2. So if you consider 2, if you don't consider 2, if you consider 2. Here similarly, if you don't consider 2, if you consider 2. Okay, and next is if we consider 2 again. Okay, if we don't consider 2, if we consider 2, if we don't consider 2, if we consider 2, if we don't consider 2, if we consider 2, if we don't consider 2, if we consider 2. Okay, so we can see we have all our possible sets and we have to return only the distinct ones. So we have this, we have this, we have this, we have 1, we have 1, 2, and we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so let's try to code this up. To make sure we return only distinct ones, let's use a hash set. And otherwise, yeah, let's use recursion and let's use backtracking to solve this problem. Okay, so let's start with it. Okay, so we have a result array, an answer array. Let's just initialize it. Okay, and then we have to iterate through all in. Okay, let's try to code this up. Let's use recursion and let's maintain a list of integers. Currently it will be null, but basically this will be used in recursion. Okay, and now let's pass it to our function. Okay, let's also have a hash set. Okay, this will be used. So instead of a linked list of answers, let's initially have a hash set. Okay, later we'll convert this hash set into a linked list. Okay, here let's pass ls, let's pass nums, let's pass the index 0, and yeah, now let's write the function for the same. I'm just going to use a void function. Because I don't really need to return anything because I have my answer array in the top. Okay, and now let's start coding. So initially we'll just add it to our answer array. So here it will even take care of the null case. I just create a new list before adding it. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is every time I do this, I'm going to iterate over this whole thing. So suppose I have something like this, right? Now the next step is to consider I plus 1, right? Or if I have something in this case, we already traversed 1. Now our next step is to go through 2. So we always have to go from I is equal to index plus 1, something like that. I is equal to index A will start traversing. So initially nothing is there. Now we have to see if we want to include 1 in the array or not. So here idx is equal to 0. So we have to traverse from index I is equal to 0. Int I is equal to idx, which is equal to 0. I is less than nums dot length and I plus plus. And now what we do is we're going to add it to the array. Okay. Just give me a sec. I'm going to add it to the array, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to iteratively call recursively call the function again. Okay, RLS, and we're going to do idx plus 1, or we can just do I plus 1. Yeah, let's do not idx plus 1, I plus 1, because next time, yeah, right now index is I is going to be next iteration. Suppose we go to the next thing, then we have to do that plus 1. So here, and then after this is done, we'll print all the cases, but then again we have to backtrack. We have to remove the last element we put in the subset. Yeah, so here what we're going to do is we're going to get 0, we're adding it to the subset. Then what we're going to add it to a hash set. Then we're going to then we're going to call, we're going to go through for loop. We're going to call 1, we're going to add it. Okay, we're going to add it, then we're going to print this, then we're going to add I is going to be equal to 2 now, so we're going to add this, and then again we're going to add this, and after we add it, right, we're going to remove the last element. Okay, and after we remove the last element, we're going to print it. So it's going to print the non present case as well. Okay, so I think this should do it. At the end we have to convert hash set to we're going to convert hash set to a linked list. Let me just quickly see if there's any inbuilt function. Okay, I think we can just use the constructor. So let's do this. Okay, let's just see if this works. Okay, just submit it and see. Okay, let's see, we have null, we have 1, we have 1 4 as well. Okay, so the ordering also matters, right? So we have 1 4 and we have 4 1 as well, and that should not be the case. So before doing this, right, let's sort, before adding it to this, let's sort it. And here I'm going to have ls, and 4 4 4 4 1. Okay, now let's see if it works. Yep, looks like it worked. Okay, so then, so that's it for today. Thank you.